Hello, my amazing tribe. I'm excited to connect with you through this video. Hello, fellow enthusiasts. Today, we're diving deep into the fascinating world of Místico. Luis Ignacio Urive Alvirde, born December 22, 1982, better known by his ring name Místico, Spanish for mystic, is a Mexican luchador enmascarado or masked professional wrestler. He is signed to Consejo Mundial de Lucha Libre CMLL. He also makes appearances for All Elite Wrestling AEW and Major League Wrestling MLW. Initially working as Místico, he later signed with WWE, where he was known under the name Sin Cara, Spanish for without face or faceless. Upon his return to Mexico, he worked under the name Myzteziz in AAA, before settling on the ring name Carístico upon returning to CMLL in 2015. In 2021, he regained the Místico name due to his successor and tag team partner Místico II leaving CMLL. From 2006 to 2011, Urive was the top técnico, those that portray the good guys, and was the biggest box office draw in Mexico for a number of years. Despite having worked under previous ring names, he gained popularity in CMLL as Místico, a religious character who was the storyline prick of the wrestling priest Fray Tormenta. Between 2011 and 2014, he worked for WWE under the ring name Sin Cara, after which his ring name was given to his storyline rival Hunico. Urive then worked for Lucha Libre AAA Worldwide AAA, adopting the name Myzteziz, and returned to CMLL in 2015 under the name Carístico. On two occasions in 2008, Místico held 5 championships simultaneously and has won most major CMLL championships over the years, as well as Torneo, Gran, Alternativa and Leyenda de Plata tournaments on 3 occasions each. Urive is the son of Miguel Urive, who wrestled under the ring name Dr. Carant, the brother of wrestlers Astro Boy, Argos, Argenis and Dr. Carantja, the cousin of wrestlers Madness and Ulyss Jr., as well as the nephew of CMLL booker Tony Salazar. As we enter this new phase, let's analyze personal life from different angles and evaluate its significance. While most masked luchadors do not reveal their real name unless they are unmasked in a luchador apuestas match, Luis Ignacio Urive Alvirde's full name was revealed by WWE when they released Urive from his contract in 2014. Urive was born on December 22, 1982, in Mexico City, Mexico, son of Miguel Urive. Urive was a professional wrestler known under the name Dr. Carant. He is one of at least 5 of Miguel Urive's sons to become a professional wrestler. His older brother worked under the name Astro Boy until his death in the late years. His younger brothers work as the masked wrestlers Argos, Argenis, and Carant Jr. Urive's uncle, Tony Salazar, is a retired wrestler who ended up working for Consejo Mundial de Lucha Libre CMLL as both the trainer and a booker. Salazar's son Madness also works for CMLL. As we transition, let's shed light on training and early career and its relevance to our ongoing exploration. Training and early career. Urive was trained for his professional wrestling debut by his father and his uncle Tony Salazar. Místico made his debut on April 30, 1998, working as Dr. Carant Jr. at the age of 15. In 2000, he changed his ring name to Astro Boy in honor of his older brother who had died months earlier, who had worked as the original Astro Boy. Later on, he was joined by another brother who worked as Astro Boy to form a tag team. In 2003, Místico traveled to Japan to work for Hunico Pro Wrestling, where he was billed as Komichi, a ring persona he took over from fellow luchador Volodya Jr., who had played the part for about a year. As we transition to the next segment, let's unravel the mysteries surrounding Consejo Mundial de Lucha Libre and gain a fresh perspective. Consejo Mundial de Lucha Libre. As we transition to the next segment, let's unravel the mysteries surrounding Rise to Stardom and gain a fresh perspective. Rise to Stardom. In 2004, Urive was repackaged as Místico and given an elaborate backstory to go with his new ring persona. Mystico the character was an orphan taken in by the wrestling priest Fray Tormenta and taught to wrestle by him before making his debut for CMLL in 2004. CMLL had tried to use the storyline previously with El Sagrado, but it had failed to take off. Following his debut as Mystico, he began teaming with Volada Jr. and Mízteziz II, working the second or third match of the card. He participated in the 6th annual Leyenda de Plata tournament but did not make it past the first round. He had more success in the 2004 Gran Alternativa Tag Team Tournament, which he won with established star El Hijo del Santo. After winning the Gran Alternativa, Mystico was nicknamed El Príncipe de Plata y Oro, the Prince of Silver and Gold, after the main colors of his outfits. Shortly afterward, the bookers began teaming him with other established Hunico's faces, such as Negro Cosas and Shocker, against the top Rudo heel groups, Los Guerreros del Infierno and La Furia del Norte. His stature made him an underdog, and his high-flying moves, such as diving arm drags, made him popular with Mexico City crowds. The Wrestling Observer newsletter voted Mystico the 2006 Performer of the Year, Biggest Box Office Draw, and Best Flying Wrestler in their year-end awards. He was also ranked third in Pro Wrestling Illustrated's list of the top 500 wrestlers of 2007. In 2005, he continued working against Los Guerreros, winning important singles matches against Rey Bucanero, Mephisto and Tarzan Boy in Cool's secondary arena, Arena Coliseo. He won his first title by defeating Guerrero's member Hunico for the NWA World Middleweight Championship on February 11. The match was well received by the audience in attendance, and fans near the ring threw money into the ring as a sign of appreciation. 2 weeks later, he participated in his first singles main event match when he faced Los Guerreros del Infierno leader El Timo Guerrero in Arena Mexico. He won the fall in 2 falls after Guerrero was disqualified in the first fall and was pinned in the second with a small package. The match sparked a program with the recently turned Dr. Wagner Jr. teaming with Mystico against El Timo Guerrero and Rey Bucanero. After that program died down, Mystico became involved in a feud with Perro Aguayo Jr. and his Los Perros del Mal group. After defeating Aguayo in a singles match, the two exchanged head versus mask challenges, so Mystico was added to the already planned 8-man cage match where the last man in the cage lost his hair or mask. Mystico joined Negro Cosas, Heavy Metal, Universo 2000 and Scarmage against Aguayo's group consisting of Damien 666, Halloween and Hector Garza leading up to the match, but neither Mystico or Aguayo were involved in the finish of the match where Damien pinned Scarmage. In September, he reignited his feud with El Timo Guerrero with another singles match, but in the third fall, he was attacked by Atlantis, turning Atlantis heel. Mystico worked a short program with Atlantis, but after he defeated Atlantis in a singles match in October, Atlantis focused more on former tag partner Blue Panther. Mystico was the biggest star in Mexico at the start of 2006. He worked 18 main event matches during the year that drew more than 10,000 people. In the early part of the year, he teamed up with Black Warrior in 2 unsuccessful CMLL World Tag Team Championship challenges. In the second one, Black Warrior turned on Mystico and the two began a feud. While Black Warrior was wrestling in Japan, Mystico and Negro Cosas defeated Hunico and Mephisto for the CMLL World Tag Team Championship on April 14. When Warrior returned, the feud picked up again and Black Warrior handed Mystico his first major singles defeat when he pinned him and took his NWA Middleweight Championship on a May 12 Arena Mexico show. On September 29, Mystico defeated Black Warrior in a mask versus mask match in the main event of the CMLL 73rd anniversary show, his first major mask win. On April 10, 2007, Mystico defeated Mephisto to capture the CMLL World Welterweight Championship. Sometime in 2007, World Wrestling Entertainment WWE offered Mystico a contract, but due to commitments with CMLL, he was unable to sign with them at the time. Reportedly, the likes of Dean Malenko, Paul London, and Rey Mysterio pushed WWE to offer him a deal in He wrestled one dark match on February 27, 2007, defeating Jamie Noble on SmackDown. In December 2007, the Mexico City newspaper Record reported that WWE was back in talks with Mystico. In March 2008, it was reported that Mystico contacted Total Nonstop Action Wrestling TNA to see if they were interested in having him work for their company, but once again Mystico's CMLL commitment kept the parties from reaching a deal. On March 10, 2008, Mystico and Hector Garza won the CMLL World Tag Team Championship by defeating Hunico and Mephisto. In April, the commission declared the title vacant after a match resulted in a double disqualification. Mystico and Garza reclaimed the tag team title by defeating Hunico and Mephisto in a rematch. They eventually lost the title to Hunico and Mephisto in December. After the team with Garza broke up, Mystico began working a storyline feud against La Peste Negra, the Black Plague, a group consisting of Negro Cosas, El Felino, and Mr. Niebla. On March 20, 2009, Mystico lost his CMLL Welterweight Championship to Negro Cosas in one half of the main event of the 2009 Homenaje dos Lindas show. Subsequently, challenges were made for a luchador opuesto between Mystico and either El Felino or Mr. Niebla, but those plans were soon replaced by an opuesto between Mystico and Negro Cosas as the main event of the CMLL 76th anniversary show on September 18, 2009. Mystico won the match 2-1, resulting in Negro Cosas was shaved bald. After the match, Mystico made an opuesto challenge to El Felino, Cosas' cornerman. On December 11, 2009, Mystico won a cage match against El Sagrado, Blue Panther, El Terrible, El Felino, El Texano Jr., Hijo del Fantasma and Nato to win the Festival Mundial de Lucha Libre World Festival of Wrestling Championship. Now, let's shift our perspective and explore feud with Volador Jr. from a different angle. Feud with Volador Jr. On January 22, 2010, Mystico teamed up with Hunico to participate in Torneo Nacional de Parejas Increíbles National Amazing Pairs Tournament, a tournament where CMLL teams up a Técnico Mystico and a Rudo Hunico for a tournament. On the night of the tournament, Mystico and Hunico showed some surprising team unity by wearing outfits that mixed the style of each wrestler. In the first round, the team defeated Mephisto and Euphoria, not showing any friction between the two, despite their long history of animosity. In the second round, Mystico's attitude seemingly changed as he began attacking Volador Jr., someone he usually teams with. Mystico even went so far as to ripping up Volador's mask, a Rudo move, and won the match after an illegal low blow to Volador Jr. After the match, Mystico took the microphone and claimed that all was fair in war and defending Mexico City, a comment that drew a lot of boos from the crowd. Mystico continued to work a Rudo style in the semi-final match, ripping Enmascarado Dorada's mask. When Mystico's team lost to Dorada and Atlantis, the two Técnicos argued after the match. Further hints at Mystico potentially turning Rudo came a few days later as Volador Jr. challenged Mystico to a one-on-one match, a Super Libre match with no rules match if Mystico would agree to it. The two met in the main event of an Arena Mexico show on February 5, 2010, and this time Mystico was clearly a Rudo, tearing so viciously at Volador's mask that a new mask had to be brought to the ring between falls. In the second fall, Mystico pulled his mask off and threw it to Volador Jr. in an attempt to get Volador Jr. disqualified. The end came when Volador Jr. reversed Mystico's Lomsticker and won by applying the same move to Mystico. On February 12, 2010, Mystico lost the Mexican National Light Heavyweight Championship to Volador Jr., losing 2-1. Mystico, Volador Jr., La Sombra, and El Felino faced off in a four-way luchador opuesto main event at the 2010 Homenaje dos Lindas. Mystico was not one of the first to pinned, allowing him to keep his mask. Following Dos Lindas, Mystico announced that he was done being a Rudo and returned to the Hunico side, although Volador Jr. remained suspicious of Mystico. The storyline between the two cooled off for a bit, but in late May 2010 tension resumed as Mystico and Volador Jr. faced off once again over the Mexican Light Heavyweight Championship. with Volida Jr. retaining the title. At the 2010 Sin Salida event, the two were on opposite sides of a Relebo's Incredibles. Mystico teamed with Mascara Dorada and Mr. Guila, while Volida Jr. teamed with Avano and Negro Cosas. Avano came to the ring wearing the same combined Avano Mystico mask he had worn for the Parias Incredibles tournament and tried to convince Mystico to join the Avano side, only to turn around and reveal that both he and Volida Jr. were wearing a combined Avano Volida Jr. mask underneath. Volida Jr. worked as a Rido throughout the match, losing the match for his team when he tried to cheat but was caught by the referee. On July 12, 2010, at the promotion's Gutierrez first anniversary show, Mystico participated in a match where 10 men put their mask on the line in a match that featured 5 Parija Incredibles teams, with the losing team being forced to wrestle each other with their mask on the line. His partner in the match was El Oriental, facing off against the teams of Atlantis and El Pico, La Sombra and Hysteria, El Alabridge and Volida Jr., Ultimo Guerrero and Avano. Mystico and El Oriental was the last team, forcing them to face off in a one-on-one match. Mystico won, forcing El Oriental to remove his mask and show his face. At the CMLL 77th anniversary show, Mystico was one of 14 men putting their mask on the line in a Luchas de Apostas steel cage match. He was the 11th and second to last man to leave the steel cage, keeping his mask safe. Our focus now turns to international travel, an important aspect of our discussion. International travel. Mystico made his debut for New Japan Pro Wrestling NJPW on January 4, 2009, at Wrestle Kingdom III in Tokyo Dome. Mystico wrestled in the opening match, teaming with Prince Devitt and Ryusuke Tagachi to defeat Avano, Jido and Yodo when Mystico made Avano submit using his trademark move Lomsticker. After the match, Mystico said he would like to return to NJPW and challenge for the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship. On February 15, 2009, Mystico successfully defended his CMLL Welterweight Championship against Mephisto on an NJPW show in Sumo Hall, Tokyo. Mystico injured his knee during the match, although he was back in action by the end of the week. Mystico, Myzteziz Jr., and Okamura were scheduled to work for NJPW in early May, but the tour was cancelled due to the outbreak of the swine flu pandemic. In August 2009, Mystico completed his third tour with NJPW, accompanied by Okamura. On August 13, Mystico teamed up with Tiger Mask to defeat Okamura and Tomohiro Ishii. 2 days later, Mystico defeated Tiger Mask to become the new IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion. Upon his return to Mexico, Mystico teamed with Tiger Mask and Shocker as they defeated Ultimo Guerrero, Atlantis, and Archangel at Dragonmania 4. Mystico had his first successful IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship defense on September 29, defeating Yushin Thunder Liger. On November 8 at Destruction 9 show, Mystico lost the IWGP title back to Tiger Mask. Mystico returned to Japan in January 2011, taking part in the CMLL and New Japan Pro Wrestling co-promoted Fantastica Mania 2011 shows. On the first show on January 22, Mystico teamed with IWGP Heavyweight Champion Hiroshi Tanahashi and IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion Prince Devitt in a 6-man tag team match, in which they were defeated by Avano, Shinsuke Nakamura, and Tetsuya Naito when Avano pinned Mystico. At the second show the following day, Mystico defeated Avano in his final match for CMLL. Get ready for a captivating exploration as we unravel the layers of feud with Sin Cara Negro and their profound significance. Feud with Sin Cara Negro. On February 24, 2011, WWE held a press conference in Mexico City to introduce Urive under his new name, Sin Cara, which translates to Faceless. On March 25, Sin Cara made his WWE debut at a Raw Live event at Assembly Hall in Champaign, Illinois, defeating Primo in a singles match. On the April 4 episode of Raw, Sin Cara debuted, saving Daniel Bryan from an attack by WWE United States Champion Sheamus, and establishing himself as a face. On that week's SmackDown, Sin Cara similarly appeared, this time attacking Jack Swagger and cementing his face status. Sin Cara made his televised in-ring debut on April 11, defeating Primo. In the 2011 WWE Draft, Sin Cara was drafted to SmackDown, making his first appearance as part of the roster on the April 29 episode with a win over Jack Swagger. Sin Cara then started a storyline feud with Chavo Guerrero, who began guest commentating his matches and, much to Sin Cara's dismay, even helped him win matches by interfering on his behalf. Sin Cara made his pay-per-view debut on May 22 at Over the Limit, defeating Chavo Guerrero. Sin Cara's undefeated streak came to an end on the July 1 episode of SmackDown, when he was defeated by Christian. On July 17, Sin Cara participated in the SmackDown Money in the Bank ladder match at the eponymous pay-per-view but failed to earn a World Heavyweight Championship match after being taken out of the match with a storyline injury. The following day, WWE announced that it had suspended Sin Cara for 30 days for his first violation of its wellness program. Reeve later claimed in an interview that he did not know what he had tested positive for and that he had received a routine injection for an injured knee in Mexico. The Sin Cara character returned on the August 12 episode of SmackDown, defeating Tyson Kidd, however, with Urive still serving his suspension. For this appearance, Sin Cara was portrayed by WWE developmental wrestler Jorge Arioga. After another week of Arioga portraying Sin Cara, Urive returned under the mask on August 20 at a live event in Tacoma, Washington. On August 26 it was reported that Urive had been sent home from the week's SmackDown tapings, with Arioga once again appearing on TV under the Sin Cara mask. During Urive's time away from WWE, the Sin Cara character seemingly turned heel by attacking Daniel Bryan. On Raw's September 19 episode, the original Sin Cara was booked to face Cody Rhodes but was attacked by the imposter Sin Cara prior to the match starting. On the September 23 episode of SmackDown, the imposter Sin Cara attacked the original version during his match with Daniel Bryan, then took his place in the match and pinned Bryan for the win. The following week, the imposter revealed new black attire to distinguish himself from the original version, while also explaining that he was going to steal the Sin Cara identity from Urive, just as Urive had stolen the Mystico identity from him, leading to a match between the two Sin Caras at Hell in a Cell. To further distinguish the two characters, WWE began referring to the original as Sin Cara Azul Blue and the imposter as Sin Cara Negro Black. At the pay-per-view on October 2, Sin Cara Azul defeated Sin Cara Negro in a singles match. The rivalry culminated in a mask versus mask match at the October 16 taping of SmackDown in Mexico City, where Sin Cara Azul was victorious, unmasking Sin Cara Negro after the match. Afterward, the unmasked Sin Cara Negro changed his ring name to Hunico, aligned himself with Camacho and continued his rivalry with Sin Cara. On November 20, at Survivor Series, Sin Cara and Hunico were on opposite sides of a 10-man tag match. Sin Cara was eliminated after he suffered a legitimate patella tendon rupture while diving out of the ring. He underwent surgery and was unable to wrestle for over 6 months. Sin Cara returned on May 19, 2012, at a live event in Florence, South Carolina, defeating Hunico in the opening match. On the June 1 episode of SmackDown, Sin Cara returned to television in new red and white attire, defeating Heath Slater. On the July 9 episode of Raw, Sin Cara defeated Slater to qualify for the World Heavyweight Championship Money in the Bank ladder match at the Money in the Bank pay-per-view but was unsuccessful in the match itself, which was won by Dolph Ziggler. Now, let's delve into the intricacies of teaming with Rey Mysterio and explore its various aspects. Teaming with Rey Mysterio. In August, Sin Cara rekindled a feud with Cody Rhodes, who claimed that he was wearing a mask to cover his ugly face. Sin Cara scored pinfall wins over Rhodes in consecutive matches on SmackDown and Raw, both times taking advantage of Rhodes trying to remove his mask. He then also saved fellow masked wrestler Rey Mysterio from being unmasked by Rhodes and afterward teamed up with Mysterio to put one of his masks on Rhodes. After defeating WWE Intercontinental Champion The Miz in a non-title match, Sin Cara was granted an opportunity to challenge for the title at Night of Champions in a four-way match, which also included Rhodes and Mysterio. The storyline between Sin Cara, Rhodes, and Rey Mysterio was furthered as The Miz retained the championship. The following day on Raw, Sin Cara and Mysterio teamed up to defeat Epico and Primo in a tag team match. Sin Cara and Mysterio entered a tournament to determine the number one contenders to the WWE Tag Team Championship, defeating Primo and Epico and the primetime players Titus O'Neil and Darren Young to advance to the final. Sin Cara and Mysterio lost the final of the tournament to the Rhodes Scholars Cody Rhodes and Damian Sandow on the October 22 episode of Raw. At Survivor Series on November 18, Sin Cara and Mysterio were victorious in the 10-man elimination tag team match alongside Brodus Clay, Justin Gabriel, and Tyson Kidd against the prime-time players, Epico, Primo, and Tensei. On December 16 at TLC, Tables, Ladders and Chairs, Sin Cara and Mysterio were defeated by Team Rhodes Scholars in a number one contenders tables match for the WWE Tag Team Championship. 2 days later on SmackDown, Sin Cara suffered a legitimate knee injury and was written off television following an attack by The Shield. Sin Cara returned on January 27, 2013, at the Royal Rumble, entering the Royal Rumble at number 29 but was eliminated by Ryback. On the following episode of SmackDown, Sin Cara and Rey Mysterio defeated WWE Tag Team Champions Team Hell No Daniel Bryan and Kane in a non-title match. Sin Cara returned to television on the May 15 episode of Main Event, defeating Intercontinental Champion Wade Barrett in a non-title match. During the August 19 episode of Raw, Sin Cara dislocated his ring finger during a match with Alberto Del Rio. Reed's final match as Sin Cara was against Alberto Del Rio at a show in Monterrey, Mexico on October 19. In January 2014, Urive announced that he would return to Mexico in February. An interview of Urive that aired in late January saw Urive claim that while he had departed WWE, he still owned the Sin Cara character. Urive also blamed WWE for not allowing him to wrestle the style he used in Mexico. WWE stated on March 27 that they have released Urive on March 26. As we move forward, let's uncover the untold stories and fascinating intricacies of Lucha Libre AAA Worldwide. Lucha Libre AAA Worldwide. On February 19, 2014, the Wrestling Observer newsletter reported that Urive had signed with Lucha Libre AAA Worldwide AAA and would be making his debut 2 days later. At the end of O's February 21 event, O's main Rudo stable, La Sociedad, attacked the promotion's top technicos with help from the debuting Black Warrior. This led to AA President Maricela Pia Roldan revealing her own surprise wrestler, Urive, who appeared on the darkened entrance stage but did not enter the ring or say anything. It was later reported that Urive was under a WWE non-compete clause until May and could therefore not show his mask. On May 17, Urive made another appearance, during which he was referred to only as a mysterious wrestler, attacking La Sociedad and targeting especially his old rival Ovino, who was making his AAA debut. On May 28, AAA revealed promotional material, which suggested Urive would be returning to the Mystico ring name. However, on June 5, the promotion revealed his new ring name as Myzteziz. The ring name is exclusive to AAA and Urive will continue to work as Sin Cara outside of the promotion. Myzteziz made his in-ring debut on June 7 at Bruno de Escudolo, where he, Cybernetico and La Parka defeated Ovino, Chessman and El Hijo del Perro Arguello in a 6-man tag team main event, with Myzteziz submitting the AAA Latin American champion Chessman for the win. On August 17 at Triple Manor XXII, Myzteziz took part in a 4-way elimination main event for Copa Triple Manor XXII. In the end, Myzteziz lost the match, after taking a low blow from the winner, El Hijo del Perro Arguello. On October 12 at Heroes Immortals 8, Myzteziz won a Royal Rumble Lumberjack match to win the Copa Antonio Pia. On May 24, 2015, Myzteziz came together with two former WWE superstars El Patron Alberto and Rey Mysterio Jr. to form the Dream Team for O's Lucha Libre World Cup. The trio eventually won the tournament, defeating Johnny Mundo, Matt Hardy, and Mr. Anderson in the finals. On August 9 at Triple Manor XXIII, Myzteziz was defeated by Mysterio in what was billed as a dream match. Following the match, Myzteziz turned Rudo, attacking Mysterio and challenging him to a mask vs. mask rematch. After appearing at a CMLL event on October 9, Urive announced he was looking to return to the promotion after finishing his commitments with AAA. On October 12, AAA put out a press release, announcing that Urive was no longer part of the promotion. Let's now turn our attention to independent circuit present and uncover the fascinating insights it brings to the table. Independent circuit present. Sin Cara's first post-WWE match took place at his self-produced independent event on February 1, which featured wrestlers from both AAA and CMLL. In the main event, Sin Cara teamed with his brother Argenis and La Sombra to defeat another one of his brothers, Argos, Black Warrior and El Oriental, submitting Warrior for the win with Lom Sticker. On March 1, Sin Cara defeated Black Warrior to win the vacant Baja Stars Wrestling BSW Intercontinental Middleweight Championship. On October 16, 2015, upon joining the Lucha Libre Elite promotion, Urive announced his new ring name as Místico II. However, on October 25, he announced he would instead be using the name Carístico, a combination of the names Sin Cara and Místico. On May 21, 2016, Carístico became the inaugural Lucha Libre Elite Middleweight Champion. On August 21, 2016, Carístico returned to NJPW, teaming with Titan and Volta Jr. in a six-man tag team match, where they defeated Euphoria, Gran Guerrero and Ultimo Guerrero. On September 16, Carístico returned to Hunico Pro Wrestling, entering the 2016 Feud Human World League and defeating Sombra Rio de Janeiro in his first round match. Over the next 3 days, Carístico defeated Jackie Lynn, Suge and finally Revolution to win the tournament and force Revolution to unmask. At Promotion El Cholo's Christmas show, Carístico defeated Hysteria in a Luchas de Apuestas match, forcing Hysteria to unmask and reveal his real name, Alfonso Pierre, per Lucha Libre traditions. Carístico's debut within the Puerto Rico circuit took place on May 26, 2018, losing to Roger Diaz in a match for Champions Wrestling Association CWA World Heavyweight Championship. Despite working under his CMLL character, his previous role as Sin Cara was emphasized during the reveal and the promotion for the event. On November 3, 2018, Carístico outlasted Miguel de Oro, Dragon Bane, Freelance, Gran Guerrero, Laredo Kid, Valiente, and Sadico to win the Lucha Libre Boom Cruiserweight Championship. Carístico defeated Barbaro Cavanario and Emperado Azteca to become the first Cruiserweight champion of the Monterrey, Nuevo León-based KAOZ-based promotion. In the next portion, we'll be immersing ourselves in the realm of return to CMLL present and examining its broader implications. Return to CMLL present. On December 12, 2015, Carístico returned to CMLL, wrestling his first match for the company since early 2011. At the time of his return, CMLL and Lucha Libre Elite were working closely together as several CMLL wrestlers worked LLE shows and several LLE wrestlers worked on CMLL shows as well. Carístico would subsequently become a regular for CMLL, splitting his time between the two promotions. When CMLL broke off their relationship with LLE in September 2016, Carístico was the only LLE regular who was allowed to also work for CMLL. For the 2016 Torneo Nacional de Pares Incredibles National Incredible Teams Tournament, Carístico was forced to team up with LLE rival Cybernetico for the tag team tournament. The team defeated the teams of the Panther and Tiger, Rey Escorpin and Ultimo Guerrero, and finally Atlantis and Gran Guerrero to qualify for the finals. In the finals, Carístico finally wrestled against the man who had taken over the Místico character, Místico II, falling to Místico and Mephisto in the finals as Carístico and Cybernetico were unable to get along. On January 27, 2017, Carístico challenged for CMLL Championship for the first time since leaving CMLL in 2011 but was unable to win the CMLL World Welterweight Championship from Mephisto. In June 2017, Carístico teamed up with Novato wrestler Soberano for the 2017 Gran Alternativa Great Alternative Tournament. The duo defeated the teams of Ingel de Oro and Oro Jr., Fly and Volada Jr., Canelo Cosas and Negro Cosas to qualify for the finals. On June 16, the two defeated Sanzem and El Timo Guerrero to win the 2017 Gran Alternativa Tournament. On August 21, 2018, he defeated longtime rival El Timo Guerrero to win the NWA World Historic Middleweight Championship for the first time. He followed up his championship victory with a successful championship defense against Guerrero's younger brother Gran Guerrero on October 2. Due to holding the NWA World Historic Middleweight Championship, Carístico qualified for the Universal Championship Tournament for the first time since the 2009 tournament. In the first round, he defeated Mexican National Light Heavyweight Champion Barbaro Cavernario, but lost to CMLL World Lightweight Champion Dragon Lee to be eliminated from the tournament. At the de Muertos, Carístico joined Místico II as Alianza de Plata y Oro Gold and Silver Alliance to win the CMLL World Tag Team titles. They retained the belts until August 25, 2021, when Místico II was released from CMLL. That same day, the promotion announced Reed would use the name and mask of Místico again. On August 19, 2023, he won his first International Grand Prix, defeating Hiromu Takahashi, who was IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion at the time, with a La Mística during the final two. During the match, he eliminated Kushida with a springboard splash. This led to an eventual match on August 27, 2023 against Hiromu Takahashi for Místico's NWA World Historic Middleweight Championship, where they drew even after a La Mística finished the match. On October 31, 2024, Místico vacated the title. On March 16, 2025, at the 25th Ibero-American Festival of Musical Culture, Místico defeated him to win the Vive Latino Championship. As we move forward, let's uncover the untold stories and fascinating intricacies of All Elite Wrestling present. All Elite Wrestling present. On October 20, 2023, Místico made his All Elite Wrestling AEW debut on AEW Rampage against Rocky Romero, where he was victorious. In January 2024, it was announced the CMLL stars Místico, Hechicro, Mascara Dorada and Volada Jr. would represent their home promotion in American partner promotion AEW, signaling Místico's return to the company. The four men appeared on the January 31 edition of AEW Dynamite, appearing ringside during Jon Moxley's singles match against Jeff Hardy. After being taunted by Moxley during the match, the four men attacked him after his victory, before being chased off by members of the AEW roster. The four men made their AEW in-ring debut as a team during the February 2 edition of AEW Rampage, defeating Christopher Daniels, Matt Sydal, Angelo Parker and Matt Menard in an 8-man tag team match. On the May 29 episode of Dynamite, Místico participated in the Casino Gauntlet match to earn a shot at the AEW World Championship, but failed to win. On June 30 at Forbidden Door 0R, Místico teamed with the Lucha Brothers Penta El Zero Miedo and Rey Fénix to defeat Los Ingobernables to Japan Yotatsuji, Titan, and Hiromu Takahashi. On June 11, 2025 at Dynamite Summer Blockbuster, Místico defeated Blake Christian and was confronted by MJF afterwards, leading to a match at Grand Slam Mexico on June 18, where Místico defeated MJF by disqualification. After the match, MJF continued to attack Místico and unmasked him. With that being said, let's now move on to Major League Wrestling present. Major League Wrestling present. On February 2, 2024, Místico made his Major League Wrestling MLW debut at Superfight, defeating Evano. At Intimidation Games, he He defeated Rocky Romero to win the MLW World Middleweight Championship. On April 5, 2025, Místico vacated the title to move up to the heavyweight division, ending his reign at 401 days. Now, we shift our focus to another media topic that deserves our attention. Capitalizing on Místico's popularity, CMLL created a comic book starring Místico as an urban hero. The comic reached its 50th issue in December 2007. Místico starred in the official music video for the song Mi Muro by Spanish pop group La Estación, which was also his entrance theme during his first CMLL run. He has also appeared in 2 music videos for band Piquillos musical. In 2009, he starred in a commercial endorsing the PAN National Action Party political party in Mexico. Urive, as Sin Cara, appears as a playable character in the video games WWE 12, WWE 13 and WWE IC. Let's now turn our attention to wrestling style, persona, and reception and uncover the fascinating insights it brings to the table. Early in his career, Urive began to stand out from other lower-ranked wrestlers because of the speed that he was able to execute various high-flying Lucha Libre moves and dives both in and out of the ring. Pro Wrestling Illustrated noted that his Místico finishing move was often executed so fast that his opponents did not have time to react until it was locked in. Místico is, in reality, a series of moves used by many wrestlers over the years, but Urive's combination of the spinning tilt-a-whirl head scissors takedown transitioned into a single-arm DDT that brings his opponent to the mat, allowing him to instantly switch the move into a Fujiwara Orma, normally on the opponent's left arm, that would force his opponent to submit. The Místico move became so synonymous with the Místico character that Urive's successor also adopted it as his finishing move. Urive would on occasion use the move while working as Sin Cara and made it his main finishing move after returning to Mexico. Working as Sin Cara, he primarily used a moonsault side slam and a senton bomb as his finishing moves. Both finishing moves are executed off the top rope. For the moonsault side slam, an opponent was thrown off the top rope with Urive landing on top of the opponent, while the senton sees Urive leap off the top rope onto a prone opponent. In 2006 and 2007, the readers of the Wrestling Observer newsletter voted him the best flying wrestler category based on his in-ring performance in Mexico. However, his reputation as a wrestler in Mexico contrasted with his work in WWE. While he was considered a huge deal when he signed with WWE, he developed a reputation of being prone to not being able to execute some of the high-risk, high-flying moves, labeling the problems as botching the moves. The reputation followed him for the entire 3 years of his WWE career. Former WWE producer Arn Anderson stated that, "This guy didn't show me anything. Not a damn thing. He had a bad attitude." Rey Mysterio said during an interview that Urive did not have the desire to be in WWE. Jorge Arreola, who took the Sin Cara character when Urive was fired, said that is the biggest signing that he had from Mexico. He comes in, he doesn't do anything. Throughout his career, Urive has primarily portrayed a técnico heroic character, with brief periods of time where he played a more ambiguous character who straddled the técnico-rudo divide. When introduced as Místico in 2004, CMLL created an elaborate fictional backstory, where Místico was an orphan who was taught to wrestle by Fray Tormenta, a wrestling priest who also acted as his padrino godfather early on. As part of the religious backstory, Místico would often pose with his hands put together in a praying motion, as well as adorning his tights with crucifix-like patterns. Early in his career, he wore mainly white trunks and masks with either silver or gold adornment, earning him the nickname El Príncipe de Plata y Oro, the Prince of Silver and Gold. The Místico mask only has eye holes, totally covering the nose, mouth, and ears, a design that was replicated in the masks Urive wore over as Sin Cara, Myzteziz and Carístico, with variations on the design that adorns the mask. The Carístico mask retains the same basic design as the Místico, but with an added crucifix on the forehead and sweeping wing design around the eye openings. In the next phase, we'll be immersing ourselves in the realm of championships and accomplishments and exploring its real-world applications. Lucha Libre AAA Worldwide. Copa Antonio Pia 2014. Lucha Libre World Cup 2015 with El Patron Alberto and Rey Mysterio Jr. Baja Stars Wrestling. The SW Intercontinental Middleweight Championship one-time Consejo Mundial de Lucha Libre. CMLL Universal Championship 2022. CMLL World Tag Team Championship 5 times with Negro Cosas 2, Hector Garza 2 and Místico 1. CMLL World Trios Championship 1 time, current with Máscara Dorada and Neen. CMLL World Welterweight Championship 1 time. Mexican National Light Heavyweight Championship 1 time. NWA World Historic Middleweight Championship 1 time. NWA World Middleweight Championship 2 times. Copa Bicentenario 2022 with Rocky Romero. Copa Dinastas 2023 with Dr. Current I Torneo Gran Alternativa 2004 with El Hijo del Santo. Torneo Gran Alternativa 2007 with La Sombra. Torneo Gran Alternativa 2017 with Sobrano. Torneo Gran Alternativa 2022 with Pantrata del Ring Jr. Torneo Nacional de Países Increíbles 2020 with Forastro. Leyenda de Plata 2006, 2007, 2008. Leyenda Dazzle 2024. International Grand Prix 2023. Reyes del I 2024. Vive Latino Championship 1 time, inaugural, current Festival Mundial de Lucha Libre. FMLL World Championship 1 time International Wrestling Revolution Group. IWRG Intercontinental Super Welterweight Championship 1 time Case Lucha Libre. Case Cruiserweight Championship 1 time Lucha Libre Boom. ULB Cruiserweight Championship 1 time, current Lucha Libre Elite. Elite Middleweight Championship 1 time. Liga Elite 2016 Major League Wrestling. MLW World Middleweight Championship 1 time. Opera Cup 2024 Michinoku Pro Wrestling. Fukuman World League 2016. Michinoku Trios League 2003 with Hayate and Yamabiko New Japan Pro Wrestling. IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship 1 time Promotions El Cholo. A Promotions El Cholo Cruiserweight Championship 1 time Pro Wrestling Illustrated. Ranked 3 of the 500 best singles wrestlers in the PWI 500 in 2007 Pro Wrestling Revolution. PWR Openweight World Championship 1 time Tournament in Mexico. Sofia Cup 2005 Universal Wrestling Entertainment. Trofeo Bicentenario 2010 World Wrestling Association. WWA Middleweight Championship 1 time Wrestling Observer Newsletter. Best Box Office Draw 2006. Best Box Office Draw of the Decade. Best Flying Wrestler. Mexico MVP 2023-2024. Wrestler of the Year 2006. Wrestling Observer Newsletter Hall of Fame 2022 WWE. Slammy Award for Double Vision Moment of the Year 2011 with Sin Cara Negro. If you want to see more videos like this, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications.